Hello, hello. Welcome to Simulacra Studios presents Burn It Down, Vampire the Masquerade. Thank you for bearing with us. We had some technical difficulties. You fix one thing and that breaks 10 other things. So thank you for bearing with us, but we're ready to get started soon. Before I let my players introduce themselves, I am going to announce that tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Simulacra Studios will be hosting the premier live stream event of the Midnight World, created by one Mr. James Davey. Thank you very much. So you will see that live, and it will be up on podcast and YouTube over the weekend. But with that out of the way, we'll talk more about that at the end of the show. I'd like to go ahead and let's start with Mr. James Davey and introduce the players and the characters.
Hey everybody, I am playing Alex, aka DJ Second Sight. I am your resident Malkavian seer and runner away from fights that I started.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'll go next. I am McKenna. I am playing Cadence, manic pixie trash gangrel who fucks all the shit up. Hey.
Hi, it's me, Mo. I'm going to be playing Willow tonight, and she has a trunk full of guns.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
And I'm Dylan. I'm going to be playing Madison, the token hypothetical adult of the coterie.
Davison.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I'm
It's
glad
already
it took you this long to fucking come up with that.
Oh no! It's been happening on Twitter already.
No!
I know. Because once it hits Twitter, then it's real. Anyway, so we're going to, as we had to lose McKenna and Cadence halfway through the game last time, we're going to rewind back to the point where we left her.
Okay.
Very atypically with a nose in a book.
Mm-hmm. He did not just learn to read, unlike some Toreador in the group may think, but
Indeed.
She doesn't read often, so it is surprising.
But anyway, as I mentioned, you are currently reading through a version of the Revelations of the Dark Mother, an in-game text that is also available at DriveThruRPG and other fine retailers. And as I mentioned to you, there is something compelling about this text. Something within you responds to it. While Cadence's opinion on the text is her own, the one thing she cannot do is simply dismiss it out of hand. Your blood won't let you.
Okay.
So, that being said, as Cadence reads through this arcane and biblically cadenced text, what is her opinion on what she reads?
So as a player, I got through the first circle and the second circle.
Okay.
And I imagine she's not going to get through the entire book in this evening.
Fair enough.
So we'll say she got through the first bit of it, and she's like, okay, this is kind of weird. Like, I'm not sure how I feel about this whole divine femininity thing. She's not sure that rubs her the right way, but she can sort of see how she kind of fits into it and how like Reagan fits into it as well. And that bothers her. She's like, this upsets me for no good goddamn reason. Like, no, there's a very good reason it upsets me. It's because there's fucking vampire goddesses all up in my family shit, and that ain't right.
Indeed. So the tenor of what she's getting is she's upset by what she reads.
Yeah, she's upset. She wants to know more, and she's annoyed at that too. She's like, I don't like this, but I gotta know more, and I don't like that I gotta know more, and she just.
Okay. So when that sets in, with that frustration setting in, you actually are able to sort of pull yourself away, because you hear in another room your coterie engaged in an argument. They are going back and forth, the three of them, about something, and it's beginning to reach sort of a pitched tone. Like you don't think that this is an argument that's going to resolve itself. You hear your name spoken a few times, you think by Madison, But that is what pulls you away from the book. So
She was probably actually gearing up to throw the book at the wall, and then she heard her name, and she's like, okay, she grabs, like, I don't know, like, maybe she's got, like, a pencil or something next to her bed and shoves it in there as a bookmark, sets it firmly down on the pillow, gets up, rolls her shoulders, opens her door, and starts to walk out. And
so what you see the three of them behind the bar area. So you see basically like the tops of their heads, like they look like they're sort of crouched down underneath the bar, and they're looking at something underneath the bar, but their backs are turned to you. So spatially it's weird. You're not sure exactly what the hell is going on, but they seem to be absorbed in this argument. So let's come in on the argument, guys.
Was the argument about us whether or not we were going to like keep it?
Yeah, like what basically from what I recall of last game, the argument was basically what to do with this, whether you were going to do stuff with it now, whether you were going to
it was whether we were going to take it out of its gross little shell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should like pull it out. I have a tarp in my car.
I'm not saying I necessarily disagree. I just really think we should wait for Cadence to be done with her book club or whatever before we do anything.
I'm not going to stop a young girl from reading to move a fucking cockroach. It's fine.
I'm not saying we stop her. The last thing I want to do is discourage this sort of behavior. But
Cadence is going to lean over the bar, and she's like, do you guys need me to get a goddamn fly swatter? Because that is pathetic.
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, we definitely, a fly swatter will be perfectly adequate for the job, because that is how trivial we are.
You should come in here and look at this. Come on.
Yeah,
and like she flashes her flashlight into this weird metal room in the wall.
So what you see is very reminiscent of the end of the Jeff Goldblum the Fly movie, except replace fly with cockroach. Man-sized, totally desiccated, utterly unmoving.
Yeah.
And yeah, it is stomach churning to look at, even with Cadence's constitution.
Ugh.
Do you want to go touch it?
You want to touch it? You can touch it if you want.
You can touch it if you want. It's dry.
No.
Yeah.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, I don't know if this is gonna work, but Cadence is gonna throw on her eyes of the beast, see if she can see if this thing has anything she can pick up on with that.
Okay, so you're using Sense the Beast.
Sense the Beast, yeah, sorry. That one. The thing that lets me do that.
Yeah, go ahead and just give me a roll for that, please.
I don't remember what that roll is. I'm looking it up.
I will look it up. It's resolve plus animalism.
Okay. That's 3.
3 successes. Yeah, that's actually that's more than sufficient. You do sense a beast. It's there, but it's barely there. It's sleeping. Like so, you get the notion if this thing couldn't resist your detection if it wanted to.
Okay.
It's quiescent, but it is definitely a vampiric beast.
A vampiric beast. Okay, so she is going to back slowly away. Is there any sort of door or thing she can prop over it?
So where this thing is inside kind of it looks like it's basically kind of a crawl space that a section of the wall has been removed to access. And there is a very heavy looking iron piece of iron door, for lack of a better term, lying to the side of the hole.
Cadence is going to attempt to pick that up and just gently place it back in front of the hole.
I mean, I just feel super weird about like leaving it in there. Do you want to like seal it back up?
It is somehow like, and she just circles around 'cause she feels really uncomfortable talking in front of a torpor thing because there's a chance it could hear her. She just sort of circles around the group. Yeah, it's like us.
Very
Holy
spooky.
shit. Is it like, is there still like something in there? It's not like fucking gone. It's not like
No.
dust.
Something or someone.
Well, it's
Holy
got a
shit.
beast. I can see it.
Oh my
Well,
god. Yeah, no,
could
let's seal
be-
it back up.
That is
You're right.
gross. I love it.
I mean,
Like,
do you
but
want to feed it?
We got to do something about it. I mean,
like maybe it'll be happy if we, or he or she or they or whatever would be okay with us waking it up. And then if, I mean, obviously it's been out there without blood for a while, we could probably just stake it again if it tried to hurt us.
Probably. Or we unstake it, or we wake it up and it kills the lot of us. Is also a thing that might happen.
Yeah.
Might very
that
well happen,
seems like
actually.
a big
Yeah.
one. Uh-huh.
Huh?
Uncomfortable. Uncomfortable.
Or,
Yeah.
giant bug kindred going missing, probably, like, I don't know, maybe someone knows something about it. Like, giant bug kindred seems like it would check on a few people's radars if one existed in the area.
yeah.
I get the feeling that the news that we're gonna get is like Sabati, you know?
Well, we made some educated guesses about how long this has been there, and by our collective estimation, it seems likely that it's been here since about when the Sabbat were run out of the city.
Yeah.
So,
And the first person that comes to mind who would know something about that particular conflict is Nikki C.
Uh-huh.
Because he fought in it.
But
Mm.
that said, though, like, are we thinking that it is Sabbat, or is it something that the Sabbat wanted kept away? In which case, my friend,
I'm
very
gonna
ugly,
say
creepy, collie
Sabbat.
friend.
Yep.
I'm gonna say
that's-
Sabbat or Sabbat adjacent is like perfectly fair.
But it could be a turncoat, it could be a victim.
Hmm.
Yeah, we should just seal it back up in the wall.
I mean, I could take it.
What does that mean?
Like, I could probably take it. Like, it's
You're gonna take it? You're gonna
like
can-
if it woke up and tried to kill us, I could probably take it.
Oh,
like, I
How
could
would we wake it up?
Oh, you can take it. Like you could fight it. Gotcha.
Well, it's probably in like torpor or something. So just
Torpor.
feed it a little bit, see if it wakes up.
I'm not volunteering for that.
I don't even know how to do it.
I mean, the expert on waking up torpid vampires here seems to be Madison.
Madison, how do we do it?
Yeah, that's a good question. How'd you do it?
You're not going to answer. It's
If anyone would like to roll an intelligence occult for me.
Sure. Sure, let's do that thing. That's one.
Anyone else?
I mean, I know, but I'll roll.
Okay, fair enough.
Three.
3 successes. Yeah, Cadence, you know that, but generally, if you're going to wake something up from torpor, you have to feed it kindred vitae.
Mm-hmm.
That is sort of the general. Madison, you absolutely know that it's got to be of greater potency than the kindred itself.
I have my doubts that any of us have what it would require to wake this thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's one way to know for sure,
Which
which is to try.
Hmm.
But I'm not 100% convinced we should
Okay.
do that willy-nilly.
Well
Yeah,
then.
or right now in front of something very important.
So then I say we bolt it back up,
Brain
See if
check.
we can find out who knows who it might be, and go from there.
I agree.
Okay.
All right.
She leans she like tries to like she like kicks some drywall that was pulled off like in front of the fucking thing, like that's gonna fix this torn up fucking wall.
We could get
Yeah.
a tapestry or like a blanket or something to hang over it.
Oh yeah, that's real conspicuous. Let me
Well,
grab
nobody
one.
should be coming down here.
Hey Alex, you got anything you used at your shows, like backdrops or whatnot?
Sure, I could find something to put over it. For
Cool.
sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm
Just
gonna
like as
go
a
find a
temporary.
Lords of Acid poster.
Yeah, you probably have one at the ready from your little from your little bin of stuff that you've brought over to start decorating.
Cool. I'm just gonna put it there, and I mean like a regular size Lords of Acid
Mhm.
poster.
Oh yeah,
I'm just gonna
Over
drop
this
it.
big
that'll
ass
fit
thing.
most of it. That'll fit most of the opening. While you're doing that, go ahead and roll your premonition for me, please.
Ooh, I like it when I get to make this roll. I'm going to roll it now. Every time I say I'm going to pull out my actual dice, and every time I
yeah.
don't do that. It's because I've got them all split up for the Midnight World playtest, so...
Yeah.
Mm.
I gotta say that the actual Vampire the Masquerade dice are purpose built, but they're good.
They're delightful.
I'm not sure how this is possible. I rolled 5 dice, and it says 7 successes.
You probably got you some crits.
Yeah, you got a crit.
Yeah, it's all little Ankies, little Anki boys.
Damn.
Okay, so what happens? As you're putting it up, it happens to be the poster for the album Our Little Secret.
Ooh, good one.
Appropriate.
And like as you sort of cover it up, that word secret just is in your face. Like it grows bigger and bigger beyond the portrait, and like dominates your entire field of vision. And then it's like the secret gets pulled behind the poster, and like you see the poster like something's hitting it from the inside, and it gets weaker and weaker and weaker until you just see the poster and the words "our little," and the secret is gone.
Ooh.
You okay there?
Yeah, it's just something occurred to me that I think I need to drink about.
Yeah.
Think about.
Okay.
Okay.
And he goes and definitely gets some of his special blood.
You
Okay.
want to share with the class?
There's a secret. It involves this gentleman, and we have already begun the process of making that not a secret anymore, regardless of what our plans were.
All right then.
So we don't talk about the roach.
I don't know that it matters.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like, it feels like... I don't know, it feels like... Oh, we don't have much of an option in this.
Yeah. I
If
feel
that's
like
the case, then we should take the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
And tell everyone? I agree.
Not necessarily tell everyone, but act, like work on it.
Oh, right. That's smarter, yeah.
So while you guys are discussing, you guys do begin to feel the tug of the dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Uh,
maybe we do that tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. I like tomorrow.
Okay.
And tomorrow creeps by, petty pace, etc., yeah.
All right.
Cool.
So yeah, does anyone want to take care of anything before the dawn comes?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to get pretty far away from this thing. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I forgot which character I was playing.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep pretty much right on top of this thing.
Okay.
And listen to some of my favorite tunes.
Okay. As you are going to sleep, you hear underneath your tunes, underneath you hear, even though it's not part of the music, you hear Middle Eastern strains, like a sitar or the sort of the chanting, the call to prayer, just sort of intrudes upon the music. But then you're a corpse
Right.
and you dream nothing.
My last thought is going to be: is it cultural appropriation if I use that in my next song?
But yeah, so the day goes by. You being undead, it is the sleep of a corpse. The mortals of the day do their business, but there's nothing like that for you. But eventually, the hateful sun dips beneath the horizon, and the four of you wake. I'd like everyone to roll a rouse check for hunger, please.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. Cadence is peckish.
Oh no.
A little bit more than peckish, actually. She's at 3 now.
Uh-oh.
I'm good.
Dang,
Okay.
girl.
Good.
She has the
Okay.
worst hunger management out of this entire group.
Indeed. So what is everyone at,
The
just
driver.
for my edification? 1, okay. 1, 2, and Cadence is at 3.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So the night comes. Alex, you wake up where you were, just in front of that poster. You still it still is hard for you to make out the word secret on the poster. Like you just can't look at it, and it doesn't resolve in your eyes correctly. But yeah, everyone else comes out of their rooms, and what's on the agenda?
I definitely am on my phone looking at the various social medias of Vincent. Because I mean, depending on how those go, depends on maybe like how he feels about what happened the night before, and I just kind of want to know.
You see a post from him from around midday. It basically just says some stuff is up. I'm gonna have to dip on social media for a week or so. See you guys on the flip side.
That excites her. She's like, oh, he's probably frazzled. Oh my god, he probably misses me. I bet he regrets all the things he ever said to me. And then I like feel good for a little bit.
Nice. Yeah. So, question. I know Willow and Alex have this information, but was the information about the contact with Alex's sister would that be shared with the group, or are you going to wait? Have you waited to share that yet?
I'll share with the group.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll share with the group.
Okay. So you find from Alex and Willow that Alex was able to have contact with his sister, that she seems to be on board with killing Carl, and indicated to him that Sunday night would be the time.
All right.
Okay, so where's he going to be Sunday? Is that when he does his little group gathering church cult thing?
Yeah, you can reference the information that you have. I actually think that he's more likely to be in his haven then.
Okay.
That's more of a private time. Um, you think that there some part of you thinks that if this thing is that old, it might actually take the Sabbath seriously.
Hmm.
So do no work on the Sabbath might be an actual thing.
Ah, so I just got to convince him that it would be worth to kill us. Yeah.
Or you could go all Seventh Day Adventist and convince him it's Saturday instead.
That would be one tactic you could take. Yes.
So
Every day is the wrong day to kill us.
is it
Indeed.
known where his haven is?
I believe we have that information.
Yeah, you do have that information. He has
Where's-
it's a small department store that has a Masonic temple on its second floor.
Mhm.
And there's no concrete information, but there's probably subterranean fortifications as well.
I bet.
So we gotta get all we can get on that building before Sunday.
No problem.
I can actually hand wave a little bit, presuming that you guys coordinate with the Archbishop. A general strategy can be formed. That being that basically the Archbishop says he can get the people he knows he can rely on, and he says I can call a wild hunt on him Sunday,
Oh,
Oh.
that's very useful.
We can hit that place hot and hard, with the understanding that you and whatever forces you can muster can basically hit the escape route that they believe exists, and basically get him while he's fleeing if the first assault doesn't catch him.
Okay.
That
Seems fair.
That
I can just be waiting there with my claws out and just go poke.
yeah, you still would, like Cadence, you definitely would feel like some reconnaissance on that area.
Yeah, most
Like
definitely.
some eyes of reconnaissance that would make you feel a lot more comfortable. But with the collective strategic and resources that you and the Archbishop have, that's a plan that you guys form pretty easily, as you think might have the most chance of success.
Cool.
Is there one escape route, or are there multiple ones and they just think the most likely one is going to be X?
They're pretty sure that there's some sort of tunnel that can be used, but there's also, the roof. So it's unsure exactly where the rabbit will run. But that there's some questions hanging in the air.
The beauty of it is if we know where there are multiple routes, we can make sure that they're obstructed to the point where he won't want to use them. And so that's definitely something that we can do in our Blades style preparations.
This plan has the added benefit, and it's to the credit of everyone involved that it came up to, that any additional forces that you guys want to rally for this will be kept separate from the war party.
Yeah.
So there can be plausible deniability, and no one sees the enemy,
right?
Unless something goes terribly, terribly wrong.
Right.
Well, of course.
So that being said, are you guys going to make any effort to get anyone beyond the four of you on the rabbit team?
I don't necessarily think that's a good idea, because right now
who would we get?
Yeah. Cadence doesn't think the East Street Boys would be too willing, and they might ask more questions about why we're going into that area than we are comfortable answering. And we really don't have anyone else at the moment.
Well, I can ask some of the members of our little domain here to do some reconnaissance in the daylight.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable asking them to try to throw in for a fight like this, though. They would be
way outclassed.
We're already way outclassed, frankly, but they would be even more so.
Right.
Well, that's another question we do have to sit. I'm sure the coterie sits down is okay, when it gets out, when it eventually gets out that this happens, and let's say if it gets out that we were associated with it, what is our excuse?
That Alex got a mind worm from his sister that said that, this diablerie had happened, and we didn't feel comfortable having a fucking elder abomination across the fence.
But because it's across the fence, it's not our problem, according to the...
Yeah. The edicts of the city from the Baron basically say that if they don't prevent you from going into Sabbat territory, but they basically say unless you do so with the sort of the informed consent of the Baron and the movement proper, that you can expect no official assistance should you choose to do so.
Right.
And we don't expect any official assistance, so I don't see the problem.
Rolling into Sabbat territory and killing some Sabbat, no one's going to bat an eye about that from a legal perspective. But unless you go through channels,
it seems weird.
It seems weird, but you're unlikely to run into problems, but no one's going to come to your rescue unless you arrange for it,
which we don't want.
So maybe
we could actually use this as leverage against the Baron.
Why?
If we frame it the right way. Well, the reason we didn't ask for any help is because he already iced us out of our last successful operation, demonstrating that he's unwilling to take advantage of opportunities.
Do you want to pin the loss of our last haven on this guy?
I don't
think
even
it's
think we
common?
have to.
I get this feeling. So here's the feeling I'm getting. That we're going to go down. We're going to get our hands messy in Sabbat business. And the question really is going to be, why did we take place in the hunt?
But we
because
didn't.
If it's found out.
If it's found out, then we had heard through the grapevine that it was happening, and we decided to use that distraction to our advantage.
We played them. That's the answer. If somehow that is the opinion people have, that we were at the same place at the same time and they put 2 and 2 together, then the answer is we fucked them. We played them. We took the kill. We manipulated them to our own ends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's also we can deal with if they're asking why we bothered with it. Look, I had a chance to wax my sire, and Baron Tren has made it very clear that he does not believe that I'm a functional member of the sect. So
that's actually good. That's a good excuse. Okay.
I like how you said that's actually good. Like there was no.
No, that's like a super good excuse though.
It's a very strong.
You're proving that you've cut that off forever.
It's a lot of pathos.
Yeah.
Indeed. If anyone would like to roll me an intelligence politics roll.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Is this related to Anarch stuff?
Yeah, it would be.
All right. So can I use my status for that?
You can.
All right. I have 6 successes, which is a crit.
So
nice.
You think, judging sort of your relationships, the people that you know, you do think that you could probably sell this to the East Street boys. Going to kill some Sabbat. If you guys have an opportunity to take some guy down, there's a way to thread that needle.
Mm-hmm.
You might not want to do that for other reasons.
Yeah.
Nikki is the biggest reason.
But wonder if we could spin this as a way to make up with Nikki.
Yeah. Throwing Nikki, throwing a sect war giving a sect war veteran the opportunity to whack some fucking Sabbat. That's always going to go down nice. That's a spoonful of sugar.
Yeah.
Additionally, you know that there's another group, Anarch-related group that could be considered some beef with Sabbat. That being the Ministry. Who they got some of their members killed, or at least people associated with their members were killed by the Sabbat recently. So that if you were looking for allies, that might be a thing. You also remember in your conversation with Archbishop Montenegro, when you were discussing the sort of the unknown powers of a Toreador Methuselah.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned that he had heard that there are some blood sorcery that are particularly useful for turning the tide on the uses of mental and social disciplines that are likely to get levied your way.
And the Ministry could provide that.
Perhaps, but he said that it was more likely that the Tremere would have something along those lines.
There are a couple of Tremere Anarchs that I've worked with, not in a terribly intimate manner, but had a cordial relationship with them. I can give them a ring.
Yeah,
Cadence, do you want to approach the East Street boys?
I'm still not totally comfortable with it, but...
Do you want me to go with you?
Listen, here's how we frame it, right? We have gotten more done together than there is to come between us. And we want to underline that by rolling out with them another good old time and going and waxing some fucking Sabbat.
Okay.
Good, clean Anarch fun.
Okay. Before that, I gotta talk with you, though. Okay.
Like me specifically?
Yeah, like you specifically.
Okay, go ahead. I don't care if they know.
You guys want privacy. It's like, I can.
No, it's just so that.
I have no secrets when it comes to you three. We're way too far in.
Okay, all right, because Nikki's kind of pissed at you right now.
Oh, I could have figured that one out.
Yeah, well, duh, but it's because, you didn't do the thing with that advocacy, the veterans group. So, I that's why I had pause.
Wait, what did I not do?
So he had asked you to take care of that group that was trying to clean up their neighborhood, and then you didn't do it, so they had to go and do it themselves.
Remember all
Right.
that stuff happened with
Take
like
care of.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Victoria
Yeah.
Ash came by like the next week, like it was nuts.
Yeah.
We had like a nuts couple of weeks.
I'm pretty sure we can smooth it over. Also, yeah, I had a personal stake in that situation, so.
I figured, which was why I was like, do you want to...
Did
That's
you
what-
solve it? Like, is it like a solved thing now that it's like blown
Oh no, they
over?
solved it the East Street Boys way.
Oh,
they
oh
punched
yeah.
By
him
beating
in
the
the head
hell
a
out of an old
bunch.
man who didn't
Oh,
do
no.
anything wrong.
I did read that article. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry about
so that was why I didn't just want to up and blurt it out in front of everyone, but...
All right.
Did
Sure.
he beat an old man? Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Real heroes, right? Anyway,
They're
we
brutal.
can. That beef is so minor. I'm pretty sure we can smooth it over by giving them the opportunity to win some
Hey.
blood and glory. You know,
What do we want him to do?
come with us and beat the shit out of this guy if he gets out.
Okay.
It's an ambush.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna lay in wait. We think. Honestly, I don't think we can conceal the fact that we know the Sabbat are going to be there. We can. We don't have to be. You know, we don't have to say, "Hey, we're fucking hanging out with these guys," but we're gonna
taking
have to.
We're taking advantage of their
Exactly.
movements.
We know that there's some sort of internal political dispute that involves Alex's sire,
Mm-hmm.
and the intel that I've managed to, you know, do my magic with
Okay.
implies that his sire might be in a vulnerable point at this place at this time. We want them to be there with us when we curb stomp
Well,
that
you know,
motherfucker
there's
into
a little
dust.
bit. There may be an even easier way for us to do this, because you know I worry about them potentially asking about intel sources. But I'm a Malkavian. Do they have a Malkavian in the East Street Boys?
You don't think so, Cadence? You've never seen anyone that with that brand of twitchiness.
I don't
They're
think
like
so.
90% rabble rouser by volume, man.
Yeah.
So then they have no idea how the web works.
Yeah, no, that I was just gonna say, Alex got a Malkavian mindworm.
Yeah, I got a Malkavian mindworm specifically stating that my sire was wild hunted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe you can say your sire put out a call specifically to you, asking for assistance, and
we're gonna double cross him.
I mean, he's gonna get assistance in dying.
Yeah, I like that.
If you guys think that's gonna fly better than the mundane intel, then I have no issue with that.
And I know that this probably will trigger all of the worst parts of your mind, Madison. But I'll also pay them in boons or whatever.
I don't think it's a problem actually. Us owing boons strengthens the bond between our coteries. It's not a bad thing.
I agree.
Alrighty, so I will go pitch that to them if you got nothing else for me to do tonight.
And who wants to talk to the ministry?
I still don't like the idea of the ministry, like, in general. Because if someone finds out why we're actually there, it's gonna be them.
Yeah,
Right, but they also have a very plausibly deniable reason. Do you want to do it? Well,
yeah, I'll go do that.
they're probably not going to send guys like boots on the ground. That's not their style.
Oh no, but if they can get me a fleet of cars for us to get away,
Right.
then hell yeah, I'll fucking accept that.
And any sort of material support like that is going to keep them far enough away that they're not likely to
get like
Can we get
tangled up
C4
in
for the roof fire escape?
You just want to use C4.
I just want to make sure he doesn't get on the fucking roof, because, you know, if he's got celerity shit, then he can just jump from roof to roof, and then
Baby,
he's
do you want
gone.
C4?
I
Do
cannot
you
jump
want
roof to
C4?
roof.
I can get you C4, baby, if that's what you want for Christmas.
You don't have to have a reason. It's okay to want to use C4. It's
I mean, I
totally
just think
fair.
C4 is cool, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want C4 all of the time. I just thought it would be useful here.
Well, nobody wants C4 all of the time. Sometimes you want C4, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want steak. You know, it's different taste for different moments.
You can have a little C4, you know, as a treat.
As a treat.
It's not
I
an
mean-
everyday meal, is what we're saying.
All I'm saying is, if we can block off that roof exit somehow, that would be ideal.
Okay. I agree. So whether that's C4 or whatever the fuck else.
Cars is
Yeah.
what I'm going to ask.
Okay.
So that leaves you, Alex, not on either of these three kind of diplomatic entourages.
Alex
Who do you
can come
want to
with
go
me.
with? You think that would be best, Alex?
Yeah,
Or do you think you should go with Cadence so that you can first person attest to the info?
Whichever one you guys think is best, honestly. I don't. It doesn't matter to me.
I would rather. I mean, not that I don't like you, Alex. I like you quite a bit, but
No, sorry.
I don't necessarily think.
It's the same thing my mother told me. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Whatever.
I think you would do better with the ministry than you would this group.
Yeah, no, come with me. I don't want to go by myself.
Right on.
That's my inclination on both points as well.
Yeah, no, I mean, me and Alex have been rolling together a lot recently, and so, yeah, we'll go on trash. Let's go.
All right, and I'll go talk to my book club buddies.
Cool.
Okay. Before we all head out, I have a question, and it's relating to Cadence's phone.
Yes.
So
I had gotten a new one, I thought.
You got a new phone, but the question I have was, did you, because this would be possible for you to do, especially with Willow's skills, did you transfer the old phone number to the new phone, or are you using a new phone number?
Cadence would have loved to transfer the phone number. The question is, would Madison and Willow have let her?
I probably wouldn't have let her.
Okay, so because that is a significant security risk. That phone was in the hand of a hunter for at least a half an hour.
Right.
You don't know what could be done. Noted.
No, Willow would not have let her do that. Like, on top of yelling at her for not putting a fucking passcode on her
phone. Was a flip phone.
Fucking then make the passcode like 1 exclamation mark. Shit, man, come on.
But
what that means, Cadence, is that you have been out of contact with the people who have your phone number for at least a couple of days now.
Yeah, right. 4 days.
When you went to your brother's apartment, he wasn't home.
Okay.
So that is just something I will note.
Okay, well, if it's her brother's house, she's just gonna slip a note under the door, like, "Hey."
You just slip the new number.
Yeah, like she'll put or like send it to him and like drop it in his mailbox, make it look like a fucking birthday card.
Gotcha.
And then she would be like, also pass this on to Reagan.
Okay, so you've made some effort to get the new number out.
Yeah, but as for the Easter Bush, she's been kind of busy. They've been kind of busy. Yeah. That'll also be a priority. Is her getting over there and trying to find them, being like, "Hey, my phone got jacked."
Cool. All right, noted. So that satisfies my curiosity. Okie dokie. So we're gonna start with Madison. Now you have some very tenuous contact with these two Anarch Tremere. You basically had to get the introduction through the Baron the first time, and you got the reading that they actually prefer that relationship. They like being insulated within the hierarchy of the Anarchs, such as it is. But you are able to get in contact with them to request a meeting, which you don't. You've gotten that message out there. So it might take a little bit to actually get a firm response because they're very skittish and they like their procedures.
That's cool. I get it.
Is there anything you want? Yeah. Is there anything you want to be trying to accomplish while you wait for that?
I mean, small tasks like talking to the Duskborn and getting them, just coordinating some daytime surveillance on the area is probably what I can fill that time with.
Yeah, a couple of them are down for that. You give them the location, let them know, definitely only during the day. Don't go down, One thing about the Sabbat, they don't tend to have much in the way of people who can walk in the day.
Nope.
So that's actually a pretty smart move. Okay, so Willow and Alex, you guys can start heading up to Vinings. You have methods of contacting them. If you want to let them know that you want to stop by, probably would be the best way of making it happen.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, Willow, you remember this place. It's sort of this nondescript office building that's behind a pretty heavy security fence. And you are buzzed through the gate. You have a car, you have a place for your car. You're led into that sort of that corner of the building where visitors are funneled to. And within about maybe, and Alex, like I said, once you get in this facility, it's very nice. It's kind of like Four Seasons level luxury inside this little visitors area. Like there's a couple havens, there's meeting spaces, luxuries and amenities that any kindred would love to have. About 10-15 minutes after you guys are there, one of the ghouls comes to get you and leads you back into that sort of even more ornate meeting area that's on the upper level of the facility. It is festooned with all manner of mostly Egyptian, but there's a lot of like pan-ancient religion iconography around. And you're told that Eli will be with you shortly.
Yeah.
Eli being the sort of obviously the eldest of the ministry members here.
I fucking love the decor of this place.
I
high
don't-
key.
I'm basically in love with their whole aesthetic, really.
Yeah, like this
They're
is something I'd love to do, but I'm just so fucking white.
They're
just
bad
don't
guys,
think it'd
right?
fly.
Is that they're bad guys or not?
Alex, we're bad guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So while you're waiting, Willow, you actually recognize there's a new piece of art here, one that you didn't see before. And when Willow notices it, Alex, you also your attention is drawn to it. It's a triptych piece done in woodcut with paint over it, and it is perhaps a bit cliche. 3 snakes, one on each piece. One of the snakes is sort of coiled around a tree that is deep in a forest, heavily ensconced in shadows. The other is coiled around the base of a tree, and it is kinked in a ways. Like it looks like it's almost like its spine is broken in multiple places, and its head sort of lolls up and there are like little tiny mirror shards for its eyes. The third is on a road. It's actually off in the distance on a road. And you see it's making its way down, winding down this road, and it's looking back very much towards the other two. And you notice the fine detail that this snake has 3 eyes.
This one's real new.
I recognize this one.
Wait, do you really?
Sort of.
You guys hear a door open behind you as you're watching, looking at this piece. And Eli comes in. This is someone you've met before, Willow, but Alex, you're not. This is he has definitely the body of a very young boy. Very athletically built, curly, deep crimson red hair. Indeterminate ethnicity. And he comes in, sees the two of you looking at the triptych, and he just says, "It's said that they were brothers, the 3 of these."
The snakes?
Yeah.
What happened to them?
Oh, well, that's a good question, isn't it?
Willow feels very out of the loop of this. This seems very occult, and she's like, "Oh."
This is if you believe the Nodist perspective, when the flood came, they were scattered to the ends of the earth. Set returned to his homeland. Malkav was smote and devoured by his own children, and Salo, who the fuck knows?
I don't. I really don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. Sorry.
Anyway, what can I do for you?
Oh, well, we wanted to extend the formal invitation to go kill an antediluvian. Not antediluvian. What's the word?
Methuselah.
Methuselah? Thanks.
He blinks. He says, that was about to be a very different conversation.
Sorry, forgive me. I'm not. The occult is not my.
Real quick,
thing.
I'm all about killing antediluvians. Not yours, I suppose, or something.
Who can say in these nights what the founders of the clans are up to, or whether they are extant or not? Regardless, a Methuselah, you say. Please tell me more.
Oh, so. Alex's sire has come down with a bad case of Methuselah. And a wild hunt is going to be called on Sunday on the Sabbath. And we're just wondering if you want to get in on the fun. Like you don't have to get in and like shoot guns or anything, but like if you want to help, I'm like my ears are
Well, that
open.
definitely does sound like something that needs taken care of. A wild hunt, you say? That's a very specific terminology.
Oh yeah, the Sabbat is also going to be hunting him.
Yeah.
I am unbelievably curious how you know this.
Oh, they're not going to buy the other thing.
What? Didn't you have a vision?
I had a vision.
I swear to God, Alex, quit it. You're fucking up my pitch.
I'm sorry.
Well, we of the ministry hold no love for the sword of Cain. We actually, I mean, you're well aware that we owe them some blood for blood, as it were. Sister Lynn lost many friends to them, as you well know.
Yeah.
We could be certainly convinced to lend assistance. What's the plan?
So we have some routes, some getaway routes sectioned off, and we're going to perch and wait on them. We suspect that obviously he'll catch wind that he's going to be attacked and will make the attempt to leave. And we're going to be waiting along the only convenient path.
I see.
So
pretty solid.
We need the ability to get the fuck out. Like
you want a helicopter?
Efficiently. Holy shit, do you she like stutters.
Wow.
I mean, I will 100% accept a helicopter. If you can get me a helicopter and someone who could fucking drive it, yes.
Done.
That's fucking rad.
Does Sister Lynn want to be there to fuck these guys up? Or does she not? I mean, if she doesn't want to, I understand.
I will bring it up to her. And do you want to talk to her? She's been up and about for some time.
I mean, if she wants to say hi, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be really awkward. Her haven burned to the fucking ground. Oh.
I'm not going to speak with her, but I believe she's moved on from the
okay
physical location.
If her stuff was in there, yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I think she wanted to make a clean break with that part of her life.
Okay.
It's more the people that she's lost that she's still a bit torn up about.
Right on.
Regardless, yeah, I only mention this is because the last time you were here, that was a matter that was brought up that you wanted to speak with her, and I told her about it, so she's been a bit of expecting it, but we're all busy. I understand.
Madison probably has more to say to her than I do. I wasn't super involved in her waking, and she really kind of escaped before I got to speak with her a lot, so
I
I
see.
don't have a lot to say. Madison, though,
Certainly.
has a
Let
lot to
him
say.
let him know that she's available at any time. She's like I
Yeah.
said, she's recovering. So anytime he wishes to pencil in that appointment, we'd be lovely to host him.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah, a helicopter. When is this going down?
Sunday night,
I can definitely get you a helicopter by Sunday.
this. Thank you so much. Everybody is very excited to fuck up some Sabat. Let me tell you, this treaty, this stalemate bullshit is just the most bizarre thing I've ever encountered. It's not like this in LA, not at all. And like, I'm glad to
I
like
hear
start
otherwise, actually.
not with the Sabat.
True enough. The Sabbat, from what I understand, from my understanding, the Sabbat really only have a few strongholds or presences in North America.
Yeah.
Atlanta being one of them.
Hmm.
The rest of them have fucked off to the Middle East.
Yeah. It's
Good
not
riddance.
like this. Mhm.
The Middle East.
Yes, that's what they call it. I believe they call it. They're referring it to as the Gehenna Crusade.
Oh, right, them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're going to kill the elders and the Methuselahs and the antediluvians, dig up their bodies, and
Huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, good call.
ah, we've had some trouble in the homeland, but nothing we can't handle.
Oh, so that's just a thing. Wow.
Oh no, it's happening.
Wow.
Yeah, no, everything you hear on the news about our troubles over there, just consider it about 100 times worse than what you're hearing.
Fuck.
Yeah, real
Okay.
nightmare. I don't recommend going.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah, so I can get that taken care of. Um, I will ask that if there's any how to put this, filthy lucre, any treasures or interesting bits that can be recovered from this assault, I'd like to take a look.
Sure. I don't see why not. I mean, you'd probably glean more from it than most. She just sort of
Perhaps.
like looks at all of the artifacts, like, mm.
She's like, the Sabbat and their Nodus, they tend to have some lovely trinkets.
Oh my god, I wish I knew what you were talking about. I'm very sorry. Super ignorant. My bad. All right.
Very well. Yeah, that's all I ask. It's not too difficult to convince me to assist in the elimination of a powerful player below the I-20.
Okay. Well, then this is a success. I'm glad we got to talk. This was fun.
Anytime, Willow. Anytime, Alex. It's a pleasure to meet you, Ned, by the way.
Yeah, I might drop by sometime after all of this is done. I'd love to just chat with you.
Absolutely. Our doors are always open to our fellow members of the movement.
Right on.
Okay. And she sort of like gets up and is like, like, bye.
Yeah,
Because she cannot wait to get on the phone and tell Madison what just happened.
Nice.
She's like itching.
Okay, so you guys are escorted back out to the visitors area and then to your car.
I
But we'll
put
get-
him on fucking speakerphone.
Okay, well, we'll get back to that. Cadence.
Yes.
So yeah, you can head over to Edgewood pretty easily. Or how are you initiating the contact here?
She's going to probably hit up that bar that she knows they like to hang at, and if they're not there, I imagine at this point she's pretty familiar with like the different like drug dealers and whatnot that they're involved with. So just put the word out that way if they're not at the bar.
Yeah. Yeah, you head over to the bar. It doesn't look like there's much. You don't see anyone initially there. Like just some of the mortals that frequent the place, probably some of their boys and girls that they have on the take, as it were. And you are getting ready to head out and probably hit those other contacts when you see very suddenly from across the room, sort of in what was probably like a payphone alcove before the payphone got removed. You see like this hunched, sort of scabrous looking guy that just sort of pops into existence and like gets eye contact with you.
She walks over and gives him a once over and just looks him up and down and says, "Sup."
Hey. Like, step like a little bit to the left. I want you to be in between me and them if we're gonna talk.
You and who now?
The fucking juice bags.
Sure. Okay. She takes a step to the left. She's like, "So, sup."
So yeah, you look. I mean, obviously I know you. You don't probably know me that much, but I'm
No, never seen you ugly mug before in my own life.
Well, thanks.
Welcome,
But no, I'm with the boys. What do you want?
I was looking to see if Trayvon was available tonight, or if someone could get a message over to Nikki.
I mean, yeah, I can get a message to Nikki. He's even more pissed off and reclusive than he normally is. But
Well, then he's gonna like this.
I'm all ears, and he like picks a scab that's like over his ear hole. Lay it on me, babe.
Don't call me babe. So we got wind through our Malk's little mind network thingamabob that some interesting stuff's going down in Sabat territory on Sunday. They're going to be going after one of their own, actually, and I was hoping that maybe y'all might be interested in fucking some shit up while they're fucking each other up.
I think that's a pretty easy sell.
Okay.
We have no problem putting boot to ass to those motherfuckers.
There being one slight caveat.
All right.
And because I like you people. I think we're good friends.
Yeah, we're great friends.
Maybe not you and me, but.
No, I'm inviting you to my birthday party.
Oh, great! I'll bring
There's gonna be not
sparklers.
one but two clowns.
She resists the urge to say,
Are
and
you
one of them is you, but she thinks about it, and then she's obviously thinking about it, and then she decides to just put a pin in that, and she's like, no, the reason that they're hunting him is because he got his fangs in what we think is a Methuselah, and that Methuselah has gone full-on body snatcher. So we don't know what the guy's capable of.
I mean, yeah, no, that's pretty fucked up. I mean, I don't care about their reasons, but hey, if we can.
Well, I just don't want you guys to go in there thinking you're going after small fry and then get your asses handed to you, because there's a good chance I'm gonna get my ass handed to me.
No, that's good to know. It's good to know. Well, somebody juiced up on some fucking diablerie. All right, all right. Well, I can put that in Nikki's ear. I can let the boys know. You said Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sunday evening.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You might. I'll send it up the chain. We'll have a talk about it tomorrow night when we have our nice sit down.
Okay.
But if I know, you're probably gonna have a sit down with the boss to seal it up.
That's what I figured, and that. Yeah.
We'll see. He's in a fucking mood.
Yeah, I gathered. I've been talking with Trayvon. He's let me know.
Yeah. Trayvon's a good kid, but yeah, he's a good kid.
Speaking of, actually, I do. If you do see him around, I need to update some contact info with him.
Yeah, I think he's with his family.
Okay. Alrighty.
You know, dealing with his cousin. What happened with him?
Yeah. Bad shit. Bad shit.
Bad shit. Yeah, know all about it.
Hmm.
But yeah, no. Cool. It's cool. You got a number you want me to update for him?
Yeah, if you could actually just have him, she writes down an email address, and she's like, if you could have him send his number to this email, I can put it in my phone.
I can make that happen.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What's your name?
I don't like saying my name. Everybody else calls me Scabby.
Oh no.
And you let them get away with that.
Yeah, I don't like my name.
Fair enough. Well, have a good night, Scabs.
Back at you, claws.
And she, sort of ducks out of there, and she's like, well, that was awkward.
I want to go to his birthday party.
You're right.
Not one, but two.
Two clowns.
So you head out, start heading back, and as you're sort of getting back into more the Kirkwood, not Kirkwood. Sorry, that's not your area. Back into Cabbagetown proper.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a wits awareness roll, please.
Okay. Character sheet. Wits. 3. Awareness. Okay. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. That is 5 successes. No relevant crit dice.
Absolutely. So as you are getting your way back into your more comfortable territory, you actually, the first thing that you notice out of the ordinary is you see a shadow pass over you, pass over you in a way that catches your attention. You look up, you don't see anything initially, but then you kind of do a quick 360 around you to look, and your eyes are drawn to, on top of a one-story building, a little tire shop. Sort of perched on the edge is the biggest black bird you've ever seen. And it is just sort of hopping like couple inches one way, couple inches the other way. And we're going to switch to Madison real quick.
Okay.
So Madison,
Do it.
you get here back from your Tremere buddies. And they let you know that they have time for a meeting. They send you an address. It's in the northern edge of the city, more closer to Buckhead.
Sure.
It's an Oxford bookstore.
Oh, well, that is terribly appropriate.
Indeed.
Yeah, I will tell them that I'll see him there.
Okay. Yeah, so you head there. It is probably pretty close to them closing up. So you walk the aisles for a little bit. You see some clerks kind of giving you the great, someone who wants to stay past closing and make our fucking life more difficult. But right when you think one of them is about to hit you with some top tier customer service.
Oh no.
Someone approaches from sort of a private reading room area and says, sir, I believe your appointment, the room for your appointment has become available.
Oh, perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, and you're led to this sort of private reading room area where a older looking man who would look 100% in his place in some tenured office at one of the many universities in Atlanta, like someone who's probably never left his office to teach a class in a month. You can almost see the tweed patches on his jacket.
My kind of guy.
But he's not actually wearing, the stereotypical thing. He's actually wearing a very, very stylish cut silk shirt and some black denim pants. His fashion is at odds with his just face and demeanor. He says, "Hello, Madison. It's good to see you again."
It's good to see you as well. Just you and me tonight?
Ah, indeed it is. Indeed it is. So what can House Karna do for you?
So I will give it to you straight and short because I know your time is just as valuable as mine. We have some very solid intelligence that indicates a member of the Sabbat in the area south of us has diablerized a Toreador Methuselah.
Oh my.
And we have corollary knowledge that implies that the guy who did the diablery wasn't the one who came out on top.
That is an unfortunate side effect of having that particular snack. Troubling.
Yeah. So we are planning an operation because we are fairly certain that the Sabbat is going to strike against this guy. And we think we know when, and we think we know where. We are not going to jump into the fray because we're not idiots. We are going to lay in wait. We're going to wait for this guy to get flushed out. We believe we have identified his most probable escape routes, and we are going to finish the job where the Sabbat fails.
Ambitious.
Well, if we don't do it, who else is going to?
I understand the bigger picture, but I have to once again ask, what can House Karna do for you?
Right. So, I'm not necessarily one who knows all that much about blood sorcery, but I have, in my studies, in my interactions, I've heard a rumor, maybe you can confirm whether this is real or not, that there are specific blood sorceries that can aid one in resisting the influence that those of my clan or those of the Toreador or even those of your own clan might be able to exert.
I see. Were this 15 years ago, Mr. Faircloth, your name would go on a list for suggesting such things.
Wouldn't be the first list.
Indeed, but as I am no longer beholden to the protocols of the elders of the pyramid, I have no compunction in confirming that rumor. We do indeed have such a ritual that is quite effective at not only protecting those against the powers of emotional and mental manipulation, but if done right and Lady Luck is by your side, it can actually turn it on its user.
Oh, that would certainly be a sight, wouldn't it?
Indeed, it would. I cannot guarantee that effect
Sure.
upon one so powerful as a Methuselah.
The important part is the protection. The flipping the tables, while it would be satisfying, is less important to me than protecting myself and those who are going to go with me.
However, I am afraid to inform you that this is not a minor working.
Okay.
It requires a decent amount of skill and some material component, as well as an investment of time.
All right. So, in the interest again of straight shooting with you, we're planning on doing this Sunday evening. How many would you be willing to do, and what would your price be? Obviously, I'm not asking you to do this out of the pure charity of your heart, I'm willing to pay.
Oh, I we may be bound together in libertas, but certain things don't change. I wasn't expecting to do a freebie. Let me see here. Not confirming that I or any in my company can do such a ritual,
Sure.
because, well, there are certain lines. I could hypothetically create 3 such protections in that time frame. However, the cost would be considerable.
All right. You want to quantify that?
Some questions first.
Okay.
This individual, you believe he is possessed by a Methuselah?
In a very permanent sense, yeah.
Do you believe that he has been able to call upon material resources of this Methuselah? Do you think that they have access to things that might have been found with said Methuselah?
We don't have any hard info, but I think if you were asking me to give odds on that, I would be willing to. I think it's a higher than 50% chance that they've got some sort of material that is associated with their would-be victim. I can't be certain about that. The intel doesn't quite stretch that far, but.
Well, then let me offer this. 3 major boons, with the understanding that anything of value that could be recovered would mitigate that, depending on the value.
All right. I'm not willing to promise anything up front necessarily. I mean, we don't know what we're going to find. But I am willing to at least say that we will review whatever is captured as a spoil. And anything that you're interested in, we can talk about how it can apply to reducing the fee that we're paying for your work. Does that sound like a fair way to go about it?
That sounds about as fair and reasonable as can be expected given the uncertainty.
All right.
So as I said, time and resources, this is something that I will have to get a moving on. So if all goes well, hopefully I'll be able to provide you by Saturday before dawn.
That would be great. And we can get it all strapped and ready. Thank you very much.
Certainly. One thing, though, just a point of curiosity, Mr. Faircloth. Even though I am no longer a part of the pyramid, or indeed the ivory tower, one does hear things from time to time. From across the pond, as it were.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard your lineage has had some difficulties.
Yeah. That's accurate.
How much do you know about your forebears?
Well, I know I'm the only one left. So
That's fascinating.
Why'd you say it like that?
Interesting. Very interesting. One hears troubling things.
Yeah, trust me, I've heard them all 10 times over in every different form and permutation you can imagine being spit about salons all over the fucking world. Oh, they were heretics, they were infernalists, they were Sabbat, they were this, they were that.
Well, you are a member of the Anarch movement, and as such, who gives a fuck what they say regarding that?
That's kind of my opinion, yeah.
But I will say, some of the things I've heard, if any skeletons crawl themselves out of your closet, Mr. Faircloth, I would recommend not giving them the time of night. Some things are best left buried.
Makes sense. I appreciate it.
Certainly, certainly. Well, good evening to you.
Take it easy. And give me a ring if anything changes.
Will do, will do.
Do you need to know who they're for, or can I just give them?
No.
Once we get 'em?
As we can create them in such a way that they can be handed off
Perfect.
for use. There'll be some instruction in their use when the time comes.
Sounds great.
So as you're sort of heading out, you get a call from Willow.
I hope everything went all right. Hey, Willow, what's up?
Oh my fucking god.
Are you
So-
okay?
Oh yeah, no, I'm better than okay. They gave us a fucking helicopter. Yeah, are you fucking shitting over there? I'm fucking shook.
They just
Can't
gave
hear
you a
you.
fucking helicopter?
James, we can't hear you, by the way.
When she said that, I just said, "We are definitely shitting."
Okay, so they didn't give you a fucking helicopter.
No, they said, like, you know, because they have like beef or whatever with Sister Lynn, yada yada yada. They're giving us a helicopter. They're renting us a motherfucking helicopter.
All right.
I
Wow.
know.
It's very
That's kind of
exciting.
cool. I was successful in my talk with these guys over here. I'll let you guys know exactly what the details are once I get back. And
Are they giving
Cadence
us another helicopter?
no helicopter, but
That's too
but
bad.
maybe something even cooler than a helicopter. I'll tell you about it when I get back.
Okay, all right, cool.
right,
Let's
bye.
roll. Come on, bitches,
Click.
let's go.
So yeah, Madison, Willow, and Alex are heading back to the Haven. McKenna is, Cadence is
In a standoff with a crow.
looking at a bird, and we are going to go ahead and take our break on that. We will be back shortly. Hello, welcome back to Simulacra Studios presents Burn It Down. When we last left our Children of the Night, Alex, Willow, and Madison were heading back from their various jobs in preparation of the assassination of Alex's sire. And Cadence was also heading back, but she had a run-in with a very big, very black bird that's sort of giving her the stink eye from across the road. So we're going to come back to Cadence.
Mm-hmm.
And how does Cadence manage this bird?
Well, this is a very big bird, and she's getting a funny feeling about it.
Fucking
So,
huge.
yeah, so she's gonna first sense the beast on it.
Okay, that is resolve animalism.
That's 3 successes.
Always a good start.
Indeed. Let me make a ruly roll.
Gonna sniff the air in its direction.
Oh yeah, you definitely sense something. It's strange. It is definitely a beast. But you know how birds aren't mammals at all?
Yeah.
And like have the weirdest emotional reactions, and like it's hard to really like relate to them on
Birds are just weird.
the same level that one could with another mammal. So it's like that. But it's definitely a beast. There's definitely something primal and angry over there.
Mhm.
But it's just like it's disconcerting because it's bird rage, not animal rage, not mammal rage.
Okay, so is there anyone like on the street anywhere?
Yeah, there's a couple people, but they're not like up in your grill. Like they're maybe about a half a block away at most.
All right, so she's gonna sort of walk off towards this building, just nonchalantly,
Mhm.
no hands in her pockets, very relaxed. Doesn't want to give off any threatening vibes, even though she kind of does that subconsciously. And once she's between the buildings and she's confident no one's really looking her direction, soaring leap onto the top of the building.
Okay. Yeah, you make me a Dex Athletics roll, please.
Okay.
Just for my own reasons.
Okay. Uh, 1.
So it's not the most graceful of landing, nor is it in any way stealthy. You make a pretty big. Oh my. Yeah, you make a pretty big slam when you come down. And when you sort of whip your head around to look where you think the bird is no longer there. But then you feel something very heavy just sort of land on your head.
You're on my fucking head, aren't you? She says.
Bird head comes down, looking at you from upside down.
Hi. So you're like an actual bird in the same way that I'm an actual person. So
Rock.
Yes.
No, that's my name.
Oh, you can like talk while you like that. That's nifty.
I love how
It's a
like cool
gift.
she's taking this.
So
It kind of comes a little bit forward, like gets on the bill of your hat. Like the size of this bird, it should actually like cause you some issues with the hat, but it's not actually. It's far like something about it is far lighter than you expect. It's not actually disrupting your head.
So what's your deal? What you doing here? Like, hi, I'm Cadence. I kind of help run this joint.
Oh, I know who you are.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a thing. People have been trying to get in contact with you about some stuff, and it's weird because it's a fucking zoo. So the one part of the zoo has to talk to another part of the zoo, and
so which part of the zoo are you in? Like, are you in the aviary, or are you aviary adjacent?
You know what? I'm a free bird.
Okay.
Don't you cut my wings? That kind of thing. So yeah, no. But I'm part of the. Well, shit. I don't know. You're the kind that tends to know more about our side of things than not. Are you? Like, if I say I'm a part of the nation, does that mean anything to you?
No.
Okay, good. We can leave it that way.
Okay.
Great. Yeah. So, long story short.
God damn it.
Long story short. Yeah. So, like, there was supposed to be a meeting, but your contact, who's not one of us, can't get in contact with you.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, my phone got smashed the other night, and I've been trying to sort that out. Apologies for that.
Yeah, phones are dumb. I don't like phones.
Because birds are better, I assume.
Oh,
which
yeah,
is why
birds are
you're
great.
here.
Yeah, no, you know what? Don't tell the fucking wolf cubs.
Oh, you're with them.
Yeah, I'm with them. But don't tell them, but I'm so much better at finding people than any of them.
Okay.
They'll get like stupid like male toxic ego even if they're female. Like, oh my god, they'll try and pee on me to like prove their dominance. It's a whole thing.
Fucking werewolves.
Okay. Yeah, no, I know what you hear about now. Okay, all right.
So literally I'm just finding you and like touching base and
Okay, yeah, because okay, so Scott, remind McKenna, had we actually set up a meeting time yet or no?
Not yet.
Okay.
Basically, you had talked with Regan and asked her to get in contact with
Right.
them in order to set up a meeting time.
Okay.
But he's like, so yeah, like the reason that like I'm finding you and we're not just waiting for the witch to do her thing, is that the thing you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no joke. There's some shit going down, and we kind of want to know what you know because it's starting to ruffle ruffle the feathers.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, no, I am extremely cognizant of how bad shit is right now. Maybe not in the same biomes as you guys run in, but yeah, anytime after Sunday's good.
Cool. So yeah, just so because I know more about your shit than probably you do. Because I know what the difference between like an Anarch and a Camarilla member is, a Sabbat member is. I know all
Okay.
that shit. So we know, at least I can tell, whatever is happening, it's from your fucking cam bros. Like
Hmm.
they're fucking around with something.
We figured.
So so I can't promise that the others will make the distinction, but I know which leeches are doing the bad shit. So
Hey, just on an informal level, bird to not bird, what is it exactly you think that they are up to? I want to see if it meshes. I can talk tonight, I swear, with what we know.
um
Because I'm probably not going to get a chance to talk to you again, so I would like to pick your brain.
I'll definitely be at the meeting.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, they're putting shit in like everything. Like they're putting shit in the water, they're putting shit in fucking food. They have something. They're getting into anything that goes into people.
And what does that do?
We don't rightly know.
Okay.
It's one of those things where it's definitely bad, but not the kind of bad or the intensity of bad that justifies going to war.
Okay.
But yeah, we should definitely get that meeting set up because
Okay.
they've got hives in their ass, and they're howling, and the more they don't know and the more that they fucking go off on, the more of an excuse they're gonna have to just go hog fucking wild on anything with fangs that drinks blood.
Okay, so how about Monday night, 10 p.m.?
Cool. Yeah, Tavern in the Green.
Okay.
That's probably the best. Yeah. We'll have fucking cocktails or whatever.
Okay. Am I going by myself, or should I bring my friends?
That's gonna be up to you, but they're not as cool as I am.
Professional opinion. Would the wolf puppies care if I brought my friends?
I will say that the more of you they have to deal with, the more agitated they're gonna get.
Gotcha. I'll be there by myself.
Cool. All right. Well, I got some shit to do. So yeah.
So is your name like actually Squawk, or is it
Rock.
like Rock? What?
Rock.
Rock. Okay. Alrighty. All right. Cool.
All right.
Well.
And so yeah, I got to get going. Just one quick thing. I can create sunlight.
Why would that ever be a thing you need to do?
He just kind of blinks a few times. Think about it.
Like, I legitimately have no beef with you.
I know. You know what? It's just an idea I want you thinking about.
Okay.
All right, bye. And he like leaps off your head and flies out into the night.
That was fucking weird.
All right.
And she finds like a ladder or something and climbs down and goes home.
Absolutely, yeah. So you all generally get back to the Haven at about the same time. Willow and Alex, you pull up in your car. Madison, your Uber shows up, and Cadence, you walk up the street. Generally at about the same time, so you guys see each other sort of getting into the building.
Yeah.
Hey,
I made a friend. Sorta, I think.
we got a helicopter.
Fuck yeah!
I know.
Unfucking believable.
That is sick. Okay, Ministry is officially less shady right now. Well, just as shady, but slightly more forgivable shady.
Oh no, it's super fucking suspicious in there, but like I see why people run with them, you know. We have the same response to it. Yeah, no, she goes inside and is like, so you got did the East Street boys say yeah?
I found one of them. He said he'd pass it along. He thinks it's going to be an easy sell, but I don't have a definite yes or no yet. I should hopefully by tomorrow night. I hope if people are on this shit.
Is Nikki still like being a brouhaha?
Yeah, he's still being a little bitch, but
Yeah, it's probably gonna take a little while for that to
yeah,
run
but
its course.
hopefully this'll get him out of his rut.
I find very little does except time and like just straight murder.
Well, this is going to be straight murder, so
Yeah, maybe the murder will like put him on the right track.
Just what the
Yeah.
doctor ordered.
Yeah.
Murder,
that's-
yeah.
That's really what just like relaxes them, I guess.
Slaughter is the
Mhm.
best medicine.
Yeah,
Maybe
so
added some letters to that, but I might be wrong. Never mind.
Madison, what'd you do?
Met with Dumbledore and made the deal, and we'll have 3 of this, whatever the fuck it is, that will guard people against mind control.
Cool beans. All right, so stuff that happened to me because that's what I want to talk about right now. So I met a bird, like a talking bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it
Did it
apparently
anything?
said bird runs with the wolf pack, the local wolves. So I got a meeting set up with them to talk about what all the shit that's going down in the city. Monday, 10 p.m. I'll tell you where it is. Going alone.
Is the Wolf Pack the biker gang that shot at us the first day we were here?
No, different.
Okay.
The ones that I'm talking about are like exclusively chicks.
Okay.
Definitely not the same group then.
And that makes it better.
That's
Just saying.
So not the same ones, and these guys I mean, one of them tried to like be the mom friend on my way back from the shit that I did in the woods, and I totally blew her off, but she seemed reasonable, so
So you're gonna have a date with wolves? That's cool.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. But
It'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
but something that I thought I should pass along was that bird friend seems to think that whatever is going wrong in the city has its roots in the cam, which is a surprise to absolutely fucking no one.
Yeah.
But he says they're like putting shit in the water and in food and whatnot, but was not specific about what it was.
That's
what
still
it
enough
did.
to go on, or at least to start an investigation, so I'll get some people on that.
Yeah.
That they're poisoning the water supply in
Yeah.
Atlanta?
Right? How fucking corny is that?
Yeah.
Like the CDC isn't like
They're just like
Right.
one mustache twirl away from being Snidely Whiplash here.
you've seen what Adelia looks like.
I can
Wow.
imagine her with a curly mustache.
That's not okay. That's not what I was going for, but yeah, sure.
But yeah, so that's what I did. But I wanted to share that bit about the cam because like that seemed like important and people should look into it.
Cool. I suppose something else Willow wants to do is Montenegro gave us like did he give us maps or what's up?
Yeah, he gave you some maps of he gave you sort of a general map of Sabat side of town, with smaller maps of the areas where Carl's known to be frequent, including like the area around his haven, the area around the church where he holds his rallies. Not super high detail, but general enough to get a good idea of what you're dealing with.
Yeah, she definitely wants to begin like making plans for like narrowing down escape routes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess she's gonna start drawing on maps.
Okay.
Like this is fucking Ocean's 11. Like, listen.
Yeah, no, like you've been going over this stuff for the past couple of days,
Mhm.
and you definitely, now that you guys have a pretty firmer idea of how things are going to go down, you can definitely start to narrow your focus. What specifically are you trying to accomplish?
I do definitely want to have a route. I do want
Okay.
a place that we can say for sure, hey, this is where we're gonna camp, and this is where the helicopter is going to be. I want the helicopter to be moderately easy to get to. I mean, depending on who he has to fucking fly the thing, any helicopter is easy to get to, but
Right.
still.
So you go over the basics of it. Go ahead and give me an intelligence streetwise, please.
Sure. Oh wow, that was lovely. 5.
5 successes. So yeah, you pull up Google Maps and start referencing it with what you have. And you can identify a couple of things. You sort of cross-reference it with some city sewer maps that you are able to get your hands on, and you're pretty sure that if there's some kind of tunnel that's at all connected to like the existing infrastructure of the city, that there's a place where it will come out, basically like an open drainage. Just actually, there's been some construction around there recently, that you're pretty sure is disrupting whatever sort of natural tunnel there might be, such that there's an opening before where it would normally open up to.
Mm-hmm.
And they're building they're laying the groundwork for building a Buc-ee's. So there's actually a pretty wide cleared area of space there, where you're pretty sure that it's close to where you think you can where he's either going to come out or where you can try and funnel him to come out. And there's
I'm so excited to kill a Methuselah in a Buc-ee's
In a
parking
Buc-ee's
lot.
parking lot, for
God,
sure.
it's just so right.
Absolutely.
Feels good.
You just summarized the entirety of the World of Darkness.
Yeah, so it's not built yet, but they have cleared the land for it. So that's a significant amount of real estate, where you can definitely land a helicopter, and you think that there's basically like an open drainage tunnel that that the only X factor here is that is contingent on the escape tunnel that they have from that department store being connected to the sewer system. If it's like a custom thing that's not connected to anything that's on any available maps, then that won't apply.
Maybe we should consult a Nosferatu, because they fucks with that kind of shit.
They do fucks with that kind of shit for sure.
Oh, I could check it out myself.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead, but you will be in Sabbat territories. So.
Yeah, and I'm gonna look like a fucking dog.
Oh, I mean, if this is around where this motherfucker lives, he has people watching. That's why if like somebody knows ahead of time, it's a little more convenient. We don't have to give away the goose, you dig?
Fair enough.
Dig. What the fuck is it? 1992? Who the fuck am I?
You dig. That was good.
No, it wasn't. It was
I'm bringing
bad.
that back. I'm bringing that back on behalf of you.
Okay,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, Willow. I don't think you did anything wrong.
Okay, well, you guys can cut my fucking head off whenever you want. Sure, cool.
Well, no, it's wonderful.
All right, so we should consult with maybe a tunnel expert. Do we know anyone like that, Scott?
Well, there's your boyfriend.
Do we have to call that guy?
I mean, he's the most prominent Nosferatu that you know.
Are we still fighting?
Well, we know there are Nos in the East Street Boys now.
There's a Nos in the East Street Boys. You know Anita from the Post-Life Women's Collective. You know Quinn from the Red Trap. And you know Tiny, although you're not sure who he runs with. Those are the Nosferatu that you have made contact with.
Yeah.
Honestly, the East Street Boys are in on it already, so I can ask the Scabby Nosferatu over there.
Scabby Nosferatu. That's
Yeah, that's what
awesome.
they call him. They call him Scabby.
They fucking call him.
I know,
Scabby?
right? I was like, you let them do that, and he's like, well, I hate my actual name.
What the fuck could his name
actual
possibly
name
It's
is
be?
probably
worse than
something like
Scabby.
Eugene or like Francis or something like Pansy like that.
Oh, that's better than Scab. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, Scabby has personality to it, at least. It's gross personality, but it's personality.
She's debating whether or not. Have I called in that favor with Tiny?
Not yet. No.
I don't think I have. I'm gonna try to get a
Does
hold
owe
of
you.
Tiny. He owes me a lot, the little bastard.
He does.
Yeah, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna get in contact with him. If he has what I need, I'm willing to pay for it.
Okay.
So you you as you're getting in contact with them, you actually start to think about Hancock a little.
No,
Like,
every
you know,
single time.
Well, it's not that sort of present, sort of insistent thoughts, because that's been broken.
Yeah.
But you're doing the math in your head and sort of the general, like, it's been a while, and you think that if you don't like hit that button again, what you've got on him is going to start fading.
Yeah, that's true. Oh.
That's just
I
a thought that comes to your head
I
as
sure
you're getting in
haven't talked to that guy since he broke into my house, which I don't live in anymore.
That's true. But that is just something that the wheels turn in Willow's head as you get a message to Tiny.
Whichever one of them texts me back faster.
Do you text Hancock?
Yeah, I'll just ask. Be like, hey.
Hancock definitely gets in contact with you first.
Faster.
Oh,
All right, then I guess I'm gonna ignore the fuck out of Tiny.
Yeah, he Hancock
so confused.
he is on it. Like the second that you send him a bit of a message, he's like, "What are you doing? Where are you? Let's hang out."
I say that I say that I am like chalk in the middle of something, and if he wants to talk, that I'm available every day but Sunday, and I need to see him before Sunday.
He's like, "I can make time right now."
She's like, "Oh my god, he's so fucking needy."
Then you hear back from Tiny, and like he says, like, and he basically sends you the message of like, "Hey, what do you need?"
Never mind, Tiny.
Damn.
He's like,
Wow.
all lowercase, cool.
Oh.
Aww. Don't worry, Tiny. Someone out there loves you.
Oh,
But not her.
No,
Not her.
Nobody does. God, it's so fun bullying him. It's just so satisfying.
Wow. This went to a place, huh?
Sorry, my bad.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, I guess I'm gonna go talk to him. I'm gonna see if the fucking sheriff has. I mean, Nosferatu all talk, yeah. Like it's like a note. It's like they talk to each other.
Yeah, they're
If there's
gossip mongers.
If they're underground, if there's underground shit like or like around there, I'm sure he knows. Okay.
And given that he, like, whatever conspiracy is going down in this city he seems to be against, I'm not as uncomfortable with him knowing what we're up to as potential other folks. So
I mean, depending on if he wants fucking clout back, he might join the fucking, who knows.
right.
I don't know what's going on with him and his like his rep at his job or what the fuck ever.
All right.
Sorry. All right. So yeah.
So yeah, Willow, you get a message, basically your reservation at the Hilton has been confirmed.
Wow.
I'm gonna go put
Wow,
on
wow,
some
wow.
fucking lip gloss. God damn it.
He is
The
thirsty.
things I do for this fucking team. God, you guys should be so fucking thankful. She says she's like clapping her hands on her.
Do you want us to buy you a cake?
This
I
whole
don't-
operation was your idea.
Yeah, we are
I don't know
thankful,
what you're
but you
talking
did
about.
this to you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm,
I don't. Me? No. Yeah, she goes and gets ready and then fucking skedaddles off.
Okay, noted. All right, so Willow is off to canoodle with the Camarilla sheriff.
Do what I gotta do, man. Listen,
So
no one can say I'm not a good anarch. I'm doing what I gotta do,
Yeah,
man.
taking one for the team.
Indeed.
Taking
What
one.
about the rest of the three of you? What is up with the three of you?
I'm going to spend some time in quiet reflection because I am genuinely talking about murdering my sire. And as much as he is a douchebag, he is still my sire.
Yeah. I mean, the bonds of blood have been broken as far as you've been you've been through the 12-step program and then into a new addiction, and it's a whole thing. But yeah, it's still there. I mean, the bond of blood, the basic bond of blood from sire to child is still there.
Or less that and more just like, the guy did give me eternal life. Like,
Yeah, that's true. So
and I'm kind of jamming on this whole eternal life thing. I really like it. It's neat. So
it has its upsides and its downsides. But so you're just sort of getting some time of contemplation. What about Cadence and Madison? What are the two of you up to?
Cadence is going to first sort of check in on Alex and just be like, yo, you okay? Anything you want to like talk about?
no, I think I'm all right. I'm just I'm sort of contemplating this whole existence thing we've got going on. It's weird.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's just, this is like a big deal and I wanted to make sure you were okay.
I appreciate that. It's something that Carl never would have done for me.
Mm.
And that's why you're here instead of there.
Yeah, it is.
Well, yeah, that was it. Sorry, I don't do the emotion talks.
You
Good,
did great. You did
but
great.
I just wanted you to know that I was thinking about you.
I'm very proud of you.
Yay. All right. Good talk. And
Good
then she
talk.
sort of awkwardly shuffles away.
I would like everyone who's still in the Haven to give me a wits awareness roll, please.
All right.
Okay.
This is where we get burned. Our building gets burned down. With us
We
in it.
just lost one to fire. I would be upset.
Well, I
got
mean,
3.
it's because there's no OSHA regulations in the world.
Yeah, well, you know what? They say third time's a charm, so we have to have a second time.
No.
2.
1.
Times the charm.
1 times the charm. Yes.
In this asbestos building.
There is, in fact, like it's not all throughout the building, but in like the little room areas, it is legit lined with asbestos.
Not that it's. What are we gonna do? Get mesothelioma?
Exactly.
I mean, but we're extra safe. Vampires love asbestos.
Mm.
Pretty much the best. Madison, what did you get on your roll?
I got 3.
3 successes. So Madison, you start to hear something. It's incredibly quiet. It's just it barely registers on your ears. It's just a new sound is coming through.
I'm gonna throw up Auspex immediately.
Okay, yeah. With your heightened senses up, it resolves a lot better. It's still very, very quiet. And it's odd. It kind of sounds like a voice, but it's like it's a portion of a voice. Like
What the fuck?
like one like if you were to look at it on like an audiograph, it would be like just like a sliver of the of one bit of the waveform. As you listen, like it slowly and slowly gets more robust. It gets more complete in its in the register, and it starts to resolve like a scream, like someone is screaming.
Can I tell a direction?
It's in the room somewhere.
Oh, is it Bug Buddy?
No, it's more in the center of the room.
Oh, fuck. Alex, do you hear that, man?
I don't have heightened senses, but I have sense the unseen, so I'll check.
Go ahead and roll for that.
I got 3 successes.
So you open your senses up to sort of the more unnatural perceptions, and what you sense is incredibly confusing. It's kind of like when you're listening to a radio and another station starts to bleed through. The radio that you're listening to is the Madness Web. But whatever this is, it's not coming from the mutual connection of the children of Malkav, but it's starting to bleed onto that frequency. And you, whatever it is, it's far more than just a scream. Like you sense some deep, potent madness starting to get ever more in sync with your perceptions. Cadence, you actually start to hear like the barest whispers of the scream too. And Madison, you actually start to like you're focusing your perceptions on where you think it is, and you start to see like a patch of color, like purple, very light purple, just start to phase in to the air.
Okay, do you see that, Alex?
The two of you don't see that just yet.
He kind of like points at it.
But the psychic static in your head is getting more and more pronounced and more not intelligible, but it's coming more and more into sync with your own psychic perception.
Madison is pulling his gun out.
This
Icon.
is weird. Madison, are you okay?
I'm hearing something kind of like a scream, but way weirder. And now I'm seeing color, purple stuff. Are you guys seriously not seeing this?
Yeah, you actually, the two of you, like that weird modulated like slices of screams start to come into the two of yours ears now, and you start to see like Madison, you see more robust, like it's like the color spectrum is building up, and it's getting more and more filled in. And Cadence and Alex, you start to see this like weird patch of colors. Sort of resolving in the air.
It's
that
beautiful.
Was a success to not get hungrier from pulling out her claws. They're probably going to be absolutely useless, but better safe than sorry.
I mean, it is, pretty in its own way, but it's I didn't ask for this.
It's screaming in my head and making colors in my haven, and I am not okay with this. Yo, purple thing, what the fuck are you? Stop screaming inside our heads.
Well, it's not in your heads. You can hear it.
Yeah.
Like you're starting to actually hear the sound of the scream. It's not like Alex is sensing like some psychic nonsense.
Stop screaming.
It starts to resolve more and more and more as like the portions of the color spectrum start to come into phase, and a more clear image begins to form. It's definitely person shaped. It's maybe about a foot off the ground, and it looks like a person falling.
And any attributes of this person that can be identified?
None yet. The slices of the color spectrum that are coming through ever more gradually and ever more resolving doesn't quite. You think it might be a woman? The scream starts to sort of more fully come into a more human sounding voice, and it sounds like someone is it. If this is a falling person, that's the scream of someone falling.
2 successes on intelligence occult to know what this is.
Yeah, you're having some issues with this. It's not it doesn't resonate with any of the knowledge that you're aware of.
Okay.
You've been in contact with some crazy shit recently. But nothing is pinging quite yet.
Okay.
Is anyone doing anything in response to this? Madison, you have your gun out. Cadence, you've popped your claws.
I'm doing the most heroic thing possible and going unseen presence.
Okay, so you're disappearing.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna move a chair or beanbag underneath where it looks like this person is falling, suspended in space.
Okay, yeah, you've had a bean. Willow's beanbag has arrived.
Excellent.
Hell yeah.
Time to ruin it all over again.
Yeah, so you're able to slide that in. Cadence, I'd like you to roll Wits Insight for me, please.
Okay.
I think I know what this is.
Wits. Insight. I have a single die of insight. That's not terrible. 2.
So the voice that's screaming gets human enough that you recognize it, Cadence. It's Regan's voice.
Oh, not what I thought.
Oh shit. Uncool.
Okay, does Cadence know where Reagan lives?
You know she lives on campus somewhere.
Okay.
It's starting to the image is starting to resolve more and more and more, and you start to recognize her features.
Okay, does it look like it is becoming solid, or does this feel strictly like a vision?
It looks like it's becoming solid.
Oh, okay, alrighty, then she is going to... Because at first the thought was we are driving to campus now, but if it's becoming solid and so it looks like Reagan is coming here via whatever it is that she's doing.
It looks like she is slowly materializing in your living room.
She's just motions her hand at Madison's gun. She's like, put it away.
Okay. He'll put it away.
I am so very confused.
That's
So
Reagan.
Maybe about 30 seconds later, all of the audio visual spectrums come into harmony, and the moment that they all sync up, Reagan's body appears and falls to the floor, caught by the beanbag chair.
Yes.
She stops, the intensity of her screamings cuts down significantly, but she is still vocalizing very loudly.
Hey, Cadence is gonna put her claws away and run over, and she's like, calm down, deep breaths.
So hidden by the powers of the blood, Alex, that psychic static resolves itself once this woman shows up in your living room.
Oh,
and
nice.
It is 100% weapons grade magical psychosis, just burning through your psychic senses.
Huh.
And it might be your drug addiction, it might be the madness in your blood, but you are hungry for it.
Uh-oh.
That smells like something you want.
Oh.
Well, we're gonna cut to Willow right quick.
Okay.
Great.
So Willow, you show up at the downtown Hilton, Attendants are there. They have your name on file. You are shown to one of the fancier rooms again. All courtesy, all luxury. The best of the best is laid out for you.
She's like psyching herself up, like, come on, girl, you gotta act excited for it. Come on. Like in the elevator, just like looking at herself, just like, come on, girl. Fucking get it together. Come on.
But yeah, you are left to your own devices. When you show up in the room, there's no one else there. It is just big fluffy towels. Like
I love this hotel.
Yeah, it's a great hotel, and they've really they've rolled out the we've got a celebrity package. Like the mini bar is stocked. That doesn't matter to you. There's all sorts of little fun delicacies and nice luxury products laid out for your use.
This is just really what I deserve. God, I'm so glad that at least the Hilton at least the Hilton really recognizes the L's I take for everybody. Okay. I'll bathe and enjoy.
Are you sure that's the letter you meant to use?
That is hilarious. Yes. Yeah, so she'll just bathe and wait and sit there and like rehearse in her head, like, okay, I want this specific part of town. I want to know what's under the ground.
So yeah, you take some time to pamper yourself, as you're pretty sure he wants you to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that that's definitely the case.
And after you've sort of gone through your regimen and taken advantage of everything that he has laid out for you, there is a knock on the door.
Come in.
Of course, he has no need to have like he
could just
clearly
key
has a key.
himself
Yeah,
in.
he clearly keys himself in. You hear the click. You feel the door open. Have you changed back into your clothes?
Oh yeah, mostly. I look like I've made myself comfortable. Like,
yeah,
Toreador this up. Come on.
He walks in the room, sort of looks around, looks you up and down.
Are we not fighting anymore? I thought that last time we were talking, I don't know, it seemed like we were fighting, but is it over? I'm over it. God, it's so hard.
He goes and he sits on one of the big comfy chairs. And he says, I'm glad you're over it.
I'm over it. Wait, are you not over it? Are we still fighting? She's like now nervous. Like, are we still fighting?
Remind me, what were we fighting about?
I don't know. Like, you seemed really curt with me that night that you broke into my house. I don't know. It was something about your tone. You thought I was fucking with you, which isn't true, I guess. But I'm done. I'm ready to not fight.
He says, things aren't great.
In regards to what?
All sorts of things.
Oh yeah, no, things are fucking crazy in Cabbage Town. Like this Sunday, there's some shit going down.
Anything I need to know about?
Well, yeah, there's a bit of a Methuselah problem. And, yeah.
Is this the same Methuselah problem we've been having, or is this a new Methuselah problem?
This one isn't Alex's dad Methuselah problem.
What? God damn it.
Yeah. And so You're
gonna have to walk me through that.
Yeah, we're gonna kill a guy on Sunday. Do you want in on that? I mean, I understand that you're. I mean, God, what was his name? Carl the Idiot. His name is like Carl the Idiot or something like that.
I've heard about Carl.
Yeah, supposedly
he's a bug.
He's a what?
He's a bug.
Ready to get squished? Like, yeah.
As in beneath my notice.
Okay, well then this is no big deal for you.
I thought he meant as in your closet.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, that's Carl!
Surprise!
Yeah, it's suspected that he might have snacked on something a little above him. Yeah. So that's gonna get taken care of this Sunday.
Sunday.
And yeah, so that's
Are
why I
you
wanted
taking
to
care
see.
of that?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm helping definitely.
He kind of leans back a little bit and says, "That sounds pretty dangerous."
Oh, I mean, yes, it's very dangerous, but I mean, I live for that kind of shit. I've been here in fucking Atlanta, and I think I haven't gotten to shoot a gun. Oh no, I shot a gun once. I want to be back in my element. But we're still like trying to figure out what we're gonna do exactly. Underground. We're trying to funnel him. Do you think you could help me, Daddy?
He smiles at that.
I mean, I get it, you're busy. Like, duh, whatever. But if you know anything about that, I would appreciate it.
He stands up.
She's just like, oh shit, is he mad? I can't tell.
Yeah, he walks over to you.
Don't hit
and
me.
he
today.
puts his hand behind your hair, behind your head,
Okay.
twines his fingers in your hair. He says, "Fucking with the Sabbat is not a kid's game."
It's not. But it's kind of what I'm here to do.
So you say.
Okay. So we are fighting.
You see, he grins wide. You see his sort of nasty fucking fangs. And says, "It's not always about you, Willow."
Sorry. Toreadors are narcissists.
They sure are.
Yeah. Sorry. If you can't help, it's okay. I don't mind. I want you to. I'm sure there's clout in it for you, but clout doesn't mean anything, I guess, when you're where you're at.
No, you see, if I were to throw my weight around, throw in on a fight with some fucking anarchs, that would raise some questions.
That's
Even
fair.
if we were wiping out some fucking Sabbat. That'd be a little bit too much.
Fair. But can you help me with the other part?
I don't know.
It's okay. I get it.
I think I need you to be my girl.
Am I not already your girl?
He
Oh, he's gonna get that third one. God, I'm glad I took the Valdery, guys.
yeah, he brings his thumb up to his fang nicks it, and you smell that heady, potent blood. He says, "It's been a while."
See, we're not fighting anymore, are we? She's very excited about that. Yeah. She'll fucking put his thumb in her mouth, whatever. She's ready. She's like, now I get to fucking drink this shit and not have to deal with the bad consequences of it. Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Get that here. Come on.
Yeah, it's that heady bottom shelf whiskey taste, and that punch to the back of your throat. But oh, it's good.
Hell yes. And like the fact that the immediate afterbirth isn't like that weird.
Oh yeah, none of the feeling.
She's just like, wow. I need to thank Alex.
Man, the Sabbat is dope.
Oh my god. This is life changing.
Yeah, so the tension kind of goes out of him as you sort of latch on to his meaty thumb.
Mm-hmm. Gross.
And he just
fucking
kind of like
hands.
guides you down to the bed and sits
Mhm.
next to you.
I wonder if I could get him to.
So back at the Haven.
Meanwhile,
Yeah, cut away. Bad things are happening.
So just for setting the scene here, Reagan does have clothes on this time,
She
right?
does have clothes
Okay,
on,
good.
yeah.
Good.
She's wearing like jeans and a t-shirt. They're pretty messy. Like there's dirt on them.
Mhm.
And she's not screaming anymore, but she is kind of thrashing around on this beanbag. Why don't you real quick, since I don't think either of these characters have met Reagan,
Yeah.
describe what Reagan looks like for Alex and Madison's benefit.
She's about a head taller than Cadence. Very sort of like a healthy build. She's not super muscular, but she's not like skinny either. Very round features, ginger hair down to her shoulders, freckles. Yeah.
But yeah, and so yeah, Alex and Madison, you see this girl on this beanbag just thrashing around, making incoherent vocalizations.
Cadence is trying to calm her down.
Who is this?
Cadence holds up a finger and then just like waves it at both of you, like 1 second, guys.
Okay.
Well, actually, Madison would recognize her.
Oh yeah, you saw.
They were
Madison, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Madison
you went
did,
to the college where we first.
Yeah, you
Oh,
recognize
okay.
this girl. Like it took you a little bit because she's kind of really out of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Alex, you're watching this and like.
It's strange when Cadence knows what's going on and I don't.
Indeed. But yeah, that pressure, that sort of high octane crazy is just pressing at the wall of your mind.
Okay. I am going to go over very concernedly and try to help.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do the same thing.
So yeah, Cadence, the two of your coterie mates come up and start to
She
approach.
like gives them looks like she's not gonna stop them from helping, but like if either of them bruise this girl, there will be hell to pay. That is the look that you are getting, that both of you are getting.
Oh, that's a good look to give me because I was definitely going to bruise this girl.
That was one of the creepiest things I've ever heard you say.
I felt terrible the moment that it came out of my face.
Like just the tone was spot on.
I'd really like to take it back if that's okay with everybody.
We forgive you.
All right.
So yeah.
Do I need to make a roll or anything to help calm her down? Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, James.
No, it just he's not going to make anything. Like I'm not going to get my ass kicked by Cadence. Like whatever this compulsion is, it's not enough to get steel claws shoved in my neck.
Yeah, it's not it's not hunger per se. Like you do kind of want to eat her, but then again, you kind of want to eat everyone you see, because you're a blood-sucking vampire. But it's more the sort of the thrill seeker in you, the one that really likes to experience the vagaries of what a mind can go through.
Oh, that's much worse.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me Cadence, since you're trying to help. Give me a charisma. And oh man, empathy isn't a skill anymore. Give me a charisma persuasion, please.
Okay. That's 2.
2 successes.
Yes.
You try and sort of get into her head. You try and talk her down, basically. And you get her attention. And she definitely locks eyes with you. And when you look into her eyes, you see in the sclera of her eyes like rippling rainbows.
Reagan?
And she lifts her hands up to her head, and sort of clutches her hair at her temples, and like starts to like rock her head back and forth.
Is this a drug thing? I don't know what to do with a drug thing.
It could be a drug thing. I've definitely had drug things that were quite similar to this, but
yeah, I don't know what she does. I just know she does a lot of stuff because it helps with the magic.
Oh, that's what that smell is. Okay.
Like I don't know what to do here. She's, like
I don't know that I have an answer for you. Did her just appearing in the middle of this room, was that magic?
Probably.
I don't know why I said it.
So.
I don't know why I said it like I was a mother talking about cookies in another room. Magic, M-A-G? No, it's okay. So this is terrifying, and
yeah.
Okay. Can fuck. Do we have a working faucet in here? Can someone get this girl a glass of water?
Yeah. If you okay. I actually have a dot in medicine as of this game.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give her some trip sitter relevant first aid.
Okay. Give me intelligence medicine, please.
Hell yeah. 3 successes.
Yeah, you kind of give her some look over. You take her pulse. It's elevated. You look in her eyes. You see that weird rainbow thing.
Huh.
Her pupils aren't dilated.
What the fuck?
Like you don't like giving her the kind of the once over. She's not displaying any physiological signs of being under the influence of any kind of substance or drug.
Huh. Now this is entirely upstairs.
Okay. Does Reagan have her phone on her?
Sure.
Does she have Vivian's number in that phone?
Not in the new phone.
No, Reagan? Wait. I asked if Reagan had her phone on her.
Oh, Reagan. Oh, no, okay, no. Reagan doesn't have her phone on her.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay. There goes that plan. Okay, let's keep her on the beanbag, get her a glass of water, and see if she calms down. Like,
Yeah, this is a little outside of anything I know fucking Jack Endor shit about.
Right? So. Okay.
Alex, right. I'd like you to roll premonition for me, please.
I can do that.
Yeah, no. Cadence is like visibly
thing.
like unsettled and like freaking out. You probably haven't seen her like actually like this, just kind of like a mother hen, I guess, in the way she's acting. Like
3 successes.
So your mind, in your mind, a high school physics textbook flutters through the pages, and you see some pages talking about electromagnetism. You see a couple pages on fluid dynamics. All systems of moving forces or energy from one state to another, like moving electricity to ground or operating a siphon to release pressure from a system. And you feel deep inside you, like way, way down there, like there's a big empty well.
I'm gonna try to figure out how to move that energy from her into me, other than drinking her blood, obviously, because she'll kill me.
When that thought, drinking the blood, that is the obvious solution. You being what you are, that's the path of least resistance.
I mean, I feel like that's the path of most steel claws in my neck.
She did put the claws away. She did.
But that is what your senses and your sort of sense of the rightness of actions.
Okay, in that case, I'm going to try to just be very, very calm and supportive in the hopes that I can convince at some point Candace?
Cadence.
Cadence, sorry, to leave her alone with me.
Actually, as she's sort of like pacing back and forth and trying to figure out what to do, she's like, okay, so it's magic shit, but it's also like headspace shit. Like, can it, I know it's not the same type of crazy, but can it like crisscross?
This isn't strictly speaking madness, it's something else.
Okay, but that still doesn't mean can't help. Like, do you know anything that like I could do to bring her out of this?
I have a theory, but I don't think you're gonna like it.
Oh boy.
Okay. Well, I don't have any other theories at the moment, so fucking shoot!
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna try something, but I need you to promise that you're not gonna murder me.
Okay.
All right. That was very non-committal. The way
Oh, okay. Well,
it.
first tell me what you're gonna do, and then I'll tell you if I'll kill you or not.
I'm going to feed off of your friend here.
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
So it's kind of hard to explain, and I'm not really sure how I know it. I just know that because of the way that our madnesses are intertwined right now, and the way that whatever this magical thing is that's working in her, I know that I might be able to draw some of this away from her.
Sold.
Cool.
But the moment it looks like she's about to pass out, I am delatching you.
Well, obviously, I don't want to hurt your friend.
Okay.
And so I feed on I like immediately at the moment when I realize I'm not going to get killed for it, I feed on her.
Oh.
How do you do so?
I'm going to feed from her neck.
Okay. So yeah, you get over her. You get her in the traditional Dracula pose, and you dig your fangs into her neck, and it's like a circuit forming. It's like energy of unbelievable psychic potency carries over from her into you via the medium of the drug. And you are immediately rocketed into like doing a hit of salvia, right after taking a hit of DMT, kind of disassociative trip. It is that scene from Doctor Strange, but you are being rocketed through the 10 spheres of magic. You see time reverse itself and forward itself. You see the fundamental forces of nature, from the quantum to the classical. You see entropy having its way with the world. You see all of these things passing over and through your mind. On the outside, he kind of like he bites her for a little bit, and then he like falls onto the beanbag with her, with like some blood running down his mouth. He is not on her for very long.
Okay.
And this trip is having its way with you, Alex. And just as you like get into that moment where you start to have the thoughts of, oh God, this is forever.
Yeah, I know that moment. I don't know what moment you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, this is I've permanently damaged myself. This is what life is from now on. I don't know what that is either.
Okay. So we're all sure that nobody knows what that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't even understand what you're saying, to be totally honest.
Just when you start to have those sort of doom spiral thoughts, you feel something. It's that same place where you saw the well reach up into you, through you, grab onto it, pull it down through your chakras and into that well. And both you and her come out of it at the same time.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow. I'm glad that worked, because that was total bullshit.
And you can take a hunger away.
Oh, awesome.
And you are left in the aftershocks of this trip. Your own synesthesia is going pretty haywire, but you're still definitely in the room. And Cadence, you see this happen. Cadence, Madison, you see this happen in under a minute.
As soon as like they've fallen over, she is like grabbing Reagan and like sort of heaving her off of Alex and giving her another once over, like checking on her, looking at her eyes, seeing if they're back to normal.
Yeah, that rainbow sclera, it's still there, but it's dimming.
Okay.
And she's just sort of panting and clutching you.
Madison, I think I'm gonna need that glass of water now.
He hands it over.
Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
And Reagan says, Cadence, where have you been?
Here, my phone got smashed. It's been a hot second trying to get my number back out. Did Benji not get it to you? Because if he did not, I am going to have words with him.
No, I haven't talked to him in a couple days.
Okay. What's wrong?
I did what you asked.
Okay, which one? Because I asked you two things.
Well, I did the other thing, the thing that's super easy to do, but then I did the other harder thing.
Okay, and?
Yeah.
Was that?
Yeah.
Okay, how did that get you here? Was that intentional?
There are way too many fucking pronouns happening right now. What is happening? What's going on?
She looks around, and you can tell she's just now realizing she's in a different room than she was.
Oh, fuck.
Like, she's kind of like looks around at her surroundings, and then she realizes that there are two guys she doesn't know here.
This is Madison. He is my buddy. This is Alex. He's also my buddy. And you can thank him for bringing you out of whatever it was that you got yourself into.
I wave and trip and fall.
Like her hand kind of like subconsciously goes up to her neck.
Sorry.
Her eyes go wide. She says, "Ow! What the fuck?"
It's like leeches.
Listen, if I had any other option, I wouldn't have had him do that, but you were scaring me!
Okay, yeah, that was
You just show up in the middle of my place screaming and thrashing, and I thought you were like actually hurt.
I mean, yeah, in some ways, but I think I was okay.
You did not look okay.
Yeah,
So
you were
yeah,
borderline catatonic.
Yeah.
Yikes.
so I communed with myself,
Okay.
but she was right there, like with me. She's very real, Cadence.
Ruh-roh.
Like, does she have a name? Like, do we
I
know?
think she has a lot of names,
Okay. All right.
and she
Huh?
she wants to teach me. She wants to help me. She wants to show me things. She wants to show me how to make miracles, Cadence. Not just
Okay.
magic miracles. But I don't know if I can do that.
Okay. All right. Well, you and me. Okay. So, I got this book I think you might want to read. Maybe that'll help.
Oh, great, a book. Yeah, that's what I want.
Well, yeah, I hate books too, but it's actually got
And
some good
I
stuff.
like books, but I'm a little not in the book mind.
Right. Well, it doesn't have to be
right
right this second, but you're here, so I might as well give it to you.
Okay. Are they cool, Cadence?
Yes, they're cool. Like,
I'm cool.
I'm very cool. I am so cool. I have dry mouth.
Do you want to swish some water around in your mouth?
That's a good idea. Thanks. I'll just go do that.
yeah. So yeah, no, they're good people. We watch out for each other, and if anything happens to me, they're my backup for keeping an eye out on you.
Okay. Okay. What the fuck should I do?
Take a break.
I
Like this is
This is a lot.
this is beyond anything that Vivian has taught me about or any of my other friends have said. Like,
yeah.
it's like a fucking god, Cadence.
Yeah, I know. I was having that exact same thought earlier this evening.
And I don't know, like the things that she said to me.
What, aside from making miracles, what did she say?
She said that everything, that the cycle was coming to an end,
Okay.
and that everything needed to be set right,
Okay.
and that there were ancient crimes that needed redressing, and that she wanted, it's all twisted and entwined together, and like she said, in order to teach me to make miracles, I would have to make a miracle for her. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, the causality of it is just all wrong.
Okay.
But oh my god, I'm terrified.
I mean, now I am too.
Yeah, no, we all have a lot of reasons to be. Do you want to like take a minute and sit? Like, I got a room you can just take a break.
Yeah, I think I
Breathe.
need to go somewhere
Okay.
dark and quiet. That would be nice.
Okay, you do that.
So yeah, Cadence leads Reagan off.
Man, poor girl.
Back at the Hilton.
Fuck, poor me.
For you.
He pulls his thumb out of your mouth.
Okay.
Sorry.
He's so gross.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
it's gross, but it's good.
Ugh,
And he says,
blood.
"There you go." Still has his hand in your hair.
Do you promise we're not fighting?
We're not fighting now.
Okay. She's
So
just
what do
like
you want?
the underground.
Where?
I explained to him like exactly where I need. Like I explained to him like the direction we think he's gonna be moving, like all of it, because I need to know.
You need that. You need those floor plans.
Listen, I need the fucking deets.
I can make that happen for you.
Thank you. Oh, you're the best.
So
What?
we're gonna make this happen. You're gonna have your fun. Have your nice little hurrah. But you're my girl now, Willow.
I was already your girl.
Now you're really my girl. And I can't have my girl rooting around in the garbage.
So I'm gonna have
So
to
you
retire.
have your fun.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go to the tower.
Okay. That was a deal, wasn't it?
Sure was.
Okay. I've already talked to Victoria Ash about it.
Of course you did.
She was in town.
I know.
She remembers that he wasn't invited to that party.
She says, I'll get you what you need.
Thank you. Yeah, she's gonna, like, once she gets what she wants, if he wants to hang out with her more, sure, that's fine. She loves this room.
Yeah.
She loves this hotel so much.
This is I need to do some thinking.
What about?
I don't know. We should cut ties, shouldn't we? If you're going into the shit, then I guess your little buddies, well, we don't need them clinging your coattails anymore, do we?
I'm confused.
Are you confused, Willow?
Are you asking me to permanently cut ties with these guys?
Well, you're not slumming around anymore. You're joining the big kids table.
I mean, once
Am I not clear here, Willow?
No.
Am I speaking too euphemistically? You're done in the Anarch movement. You're done in the gutter. It's time to clean up and come into the club.
There's stuff that you want to have done on your end, right? Like cleaning up this cult bullshit. Yeah?
Yeah.
You still want me to do that, right?
There's only so much you can do.
There's a lot that I can do if I'm not in yet.
I don't know if I buy that.
Okay. Once I take care of this big thing. Okay. We can do the meeting. We can do whatever.
We'll have to see.
Okay.
Because they don't mean anything to you anymore, right? I'm your world, right?
Fuck. mean, if I had to choose, it would be you.
Give me a charisma persuasion, please. No, a manipulation.
Fuck, guys! Charisma.
I mean, you should still have some willpower if you need to use it.
Oh boy, am I gonna need it. Okay, it was charisma.
Manipulation, persuasion.
Oh, it's manipulation.
Yeah.
Persuasion. Okay, so luckily this isn't a horrible roll. And so I will be spending willpower.
Well, depending on your result.
It depends on your
the
roll.
result.
Because you spend willpower after you roll.
Come on, guys. I have to lie to the sheriff.
Big money, no whammies.
2.
You've got him 2 points towards you, right?
Yes.
And that
Okay.
affected his roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
that means you have a chance.
Okay, so I got 2 points there. So spending a willpower means that I can
You roll
re-roll
3 black dice.
3 black dice.
Or up
Okay.
to 3.
Up
don't
to
have
3
to re-
black yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm at 4.
Okay. This is
Could buy it.
good.
Oh.
It's best if you stop thinking about them. They're not going to be in your life for much longer.
Okay. Well, who knows what'll happen during this, right?
Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? It's all right. And he loosens his grip on your hair and just kind of strokes it. And says,
Yikes.
everything's going to be all right now.
I know.
The creep.
I know. I know.
And that's where we're going to end for the night.
Oh my god.
Hey!
Guys, we're gonna have to do something about this guy soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
All you have to do is convince him to come with you, and then we can just off him too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to fucking do something.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's one thing killing a member of the Sabbat that is currently wild hunted. It's another thing to murder a sheriff.
Yeah.
Well, he's a creep.
No, he's definitely a creep. He deserves to be murdered. I'm just, gotta mind our P's and Q's on that one.
Probably.
Yeah,
Right,
we just got to do it very carefully.
Carefully,
we'll
yeah.
do what we gotta do, yeah.
Indeed.
Piss off the Black Furies and send them over their way. Make him do it for us.
You know, there is something to be said for the age-old tactic of helping dicks be dicks to other dicks.
Yes.
So, I would like to thank everyone here for playing in our game. I'd like to thank everyone who watched for enjoying the fun. I would absolutely love to thank all of my patrons, especially Ms. Mo Ferrer, Mr. James Davey, Mr. Eric Ramos, Mr. David Haddad, Mr. Michael Tyson, and my brand new $5 patron, Mrs. Abby Peterson, all of whom I love very much and are my special friends, and they keep the lights on. Does anyone have anything they'd like to plug before we say goodnight?
James.
Well, join us tomorrow on this very same channel at 7 p.m. where I will be demoing The Midnight World, the existential horror game that my brother and I have been working on for over 2 years and which is kickstarting next month.
Awesome. And I'll be playing in that, as are my co-hosts on Polyhedron and my wife Kelly, who's on the Glitter Dice podcast.
Woo!
So if you're a fan of any of those, you can see us role play, and that'll be a super cool time. We will definitely not have as many technical difficulties because I've got that aspect of it ironed out like a motherfucker.
Yay.
So anything from anyone else?
Yes. So previously, in our little video descriptions, I have had links to 2 places where you can commission me.
Mhm.
I have learned that I'm really bad at maintaining 2 separate, like the more internet profiles I have, the harder it is to keep track of them. So I've consolidated all of my shit on a public Facebook page, which has all of my contact information, commission prices, and most of my artwork cataloged by whether it is colored, black and white, sketch, clean job, whatever. So that is facebook.com under MCK Does Art.
Awesome, and we will definitely update those links in the description,
Yes. And
so you can go and check that out. McKenna's art is really cool. You've seen it on the stream all over the place. I recommend it wholeheartedly.
It's pretty good.
So I was in a commercial for Surprise Round's Valor Academy stream. And so it's going to be linked in the description below if you want to hear me do a fake infomercial.
Oh,
That's
boy.
awesome.
nice. That
I
sounds like a
definitely
lot
want
of
to hear
fun.
that.
I totally do.
They told me to read the script like I couldn't read script, and so I just read it like I was Chills. If you know who that is, you get it.
Nice. All right, Dylan, anything from you?
Yeah. Fuck Nazis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck Nazis.
Fuck
All right,
Nazis.
we will see everybody we'll see everybody tomorrow, and then 2 weeks we'll keep this party running. So have a good time, guys. It'll be great.